Right. Well, we're Sunday on the 27th of June. Um, so let's just start with numbers. Today is June, and June is a 6, and we're just coming to the end of June. So the balance month, harmony balance for the 6, is going into a 7, July. And the 7 can be very active. It's mind activity, but it's supposed to be silent. I don't know whether it is going to be silent or not. Somebody said that July was the time when they were going to talk about aliens and UFOs on the planet and help wake people up to that. So we'll see. A 2 and a 7 is 9. So uplifting people. And balance and harmony is brought by creating right relationships and helping to uplift people. And that's pretty much what the meditation and our light work is about. Connecting with others, communicating with others, and sharing information. And I don't think if you're doing it with a good heart to understand, I've always felt that to understand what's going on from your perspective and from understanding other people is really important for being able to detach further and accept others and understand their journey. And my daughter is on the path of preciseness of thought. And it really helped me to become a numerologist or do numerology because I could not understand, I could not completely understand her. As an empath, I can see people and I normally understand them at all many different levels, but my daughter, no. And understanding her through numerology, where her mind and everything is geared to uplift people. She's like a little big heart because she's not tall, so little big heart. And her ability to be experienced at that level of uplifting people is 8. So it's a master of form and thought and organization and logic and deep understanding. But to be brought down with those beautiful big numbers doesn't make anything better, but onto a path of preciseness of thought, it means that you may get things very quickly, faster than someone else. But if you are stumbling on something, you can't move forward until you see the whole thing put together. For example, if you were to see this, you'd have to see it on all different sides. You'd have to look at it from all different directions. You'd have to actually feel it. And then you'd have to find out what it's about. And this brings in sometimes relationships and your path that has difficulties, ups and downs. So my daughter's very happy now. She had a couple relationships that weren't so happy. And we can only support a person so far, and our learning is to understand that person, communicate with them as much as they want, and let them go on their path and their journey. Because sometimes when we hold on to somebody or hold on trying to think that we can help, we make things worse because we become the instigator of the triangle of victim, persecutor, rescuer. And we never want to be in that triangle. And we don't want to sit in meditation under a triangle because that blocks us from the expansion of our body. I had someone come in and she had I wondered why she wasn't shifting in the meditation in Singapore. And it was because she was sitting, also I had a man come in. They were sitting in a triangle. And that blocks you. Now, if you want to heal, you can visualize a pyramid and put yourself in the center of, this is a shungite, put yourself in the center up here, in the very center of the pyramid. Or you can make a pyramid out of copper, put it over your food. And that center point of that pyramid helps food stay without bugs and things longer. And you put yourself in that pyramid deep when you go into meditation, and you can heal there and get clarity. So welcome, Anubat. Would you like to share anything before we go into a meditation of your week, or what you're thinking of, or what you're liking to do? If anybody else, I ask that you hold in your mind whatever it is that you're thinking you'd like to be able to shift quickly and easily, to have clarity on it. So whether it's doing something like cleaning a closet or a cupboard, or taking a breath in as you're doing it and align yourself, remembering to align yourself. So if no one has anything to add today, we'll just silence ourselves and we'll begin. As you're relaxing today, we're going to remember for the next few months, it's going to be really important. We are going to be clearing our body, constantly realigning ourselves, transforming and healing anything in our body that needs to be transformed, and disconnecting ourselves from others and the earth plane, the ground. In other words, clearing our ancestors, clearing the energies of the earth. Because as we clear, we are material. The earth will clear as well. And we are to remember that our feet are the souls of our being, ourselves, the earth connection, the unity connection to all things. So begin to breathe gently and relax, and close your eyes. And I'd like you to visualize a body of water, whether it's the ocean or a lake or a stream or a waterfall or a river. And I'd like you to relax your whole body and feel yourself going to this place of light and of love. And as you begin moving to this place, you will feel sparkling, crystalline, golden lights around your body. These lights are accompanied by divine angelic beings of the new host of the Emerald Tablet of harmony and balance coming down onto the earth plane. You are moving gently, gently, and find yourself very comfortable sitting or lying down or even in the body of water. As you breathe in, you're breathing in light through your crown, through your body, through your skin, through the pores of your skin. And you are taking in the new crystalline light frequencies that are now coming down onto the earth plane through the Christ of unconditional love and the Christos of Sophia, green, emerald, harmony and balance and wisdom. For when you are in harmony and balance and wisdom, you can begin to feel the truth of where you are. You can begin to sense the energies around you. And as you take on more and more of this light, these particles are not of the second dimension or third. These particles are the new divine subatomic particles of the divine consciousness of the Creator. They are bringing more and more light into your body as you relax deeper and deeper. They are flowing into each of the cells and into the mitochondria of the cells and the DNA, and they are lifting up the electrical magnetic frequencies that run through your body now and through the blood and through your energy system and through your skeletal system. And more of these light particles, sparkling, very fine frequencies, are scoring through your body, clearing out the old. They're flowing through the nervous system and through the brain. They're flowing through the lungs, through your second brain or your first brain, your intestine, and down into the muscles. And as you breathe them in deeper and deeper, it is going down in to your energy fields, to the astral energy fields, to the causal, emotional body, to the mental body. It is moving up into the spiritual realm of your higher conscious mind. And it is bringing down the balance of love with wisdom and wisdom with love, flowing down through the center of your spine, flowing into the blood. It is rebalancing you. It is flowing out of your feet and into the earth where you are. And it is flowing through the liquid of your body, the lymph system of your body. 72+% is water. And you feel the water that is beside the ocean, lakes, streams, waterfalls, flowing over and through your body from the outside down in deeper and deeper. It is asking that you detach from all things, all people, and you begin aligning yourself with this water frequency and the electromagnetic energies of it and of the earth to your higher divine feminine and masculine, aligning them in perfect order of the spiral of the helix of the 12 strands of DNA coming down in through your body, in through your cells, into your skin, into your light codes, shifting. You breathe it in and you're feeling lighter and lighter. You are only aligning to your higher selves, to your conscious mind, to your subconscious mind. And you are in a beautiful, crystalline channel of light, of sparkling light that is expanding around you and expanding farther above your head and below your feet. The codes of the cross the balanced cross, the Maltese cross, which is equal parts long and short, taking this crystalline, tetrahedron, sparkling lights through your body, healing what was no longer necessary to know at the body's level, at the emotional level, at the mental level, and the spiritual level. You are letting it all go. All the old codes dissolving. And with it are coming into your mind, into your frequency patterning, new thoughts that come clearly, allowing you to move forward on this planet with freedom. The unconditional love and compassion that you carry are now asking you to embody the freedom of being and allowing every individual on the planet perfect freedom in their own space. And together, the unity coding of the planet and the matrix around the planet and in the earth is allowing the old souls to rise now up out of the earth, out of the ground, off from the rocks, out of the trees and plants. They are leaving in droves. We do not have any fear of those who are in the physical body passing, or those who are rising out, who have carried heaviness on the planet. From ancient times, they are leaving. You can see them through the light flames of their bodies, rising through a beautiful vortexes of pure light. They are free, and you are free. We no longer carry the burden in our spine and down at the base of our spine. We resonate to new codes of light coming in. We resonate to the essential self, the God self. As your eyes see and perceive now, you will smell, hear, feel, sense, know, understand at deeper and deeper levels of your psyche. Your gifts of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, your psychic understanding and the ability of transmuting the physical plane is growing stronger and stronger through the light codes. And the angelic presence that is around you is here to help. As you begin to feel freer and freer, you are rising up and out. You are rising to a place on the planet of very high vibrations, being it a plateau in the desert, a sand dune, a mountaintop, a holy place in Tibet, a place in India, a place in Europe, a place in the States, a place in South America, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, the islands. All of these places are being touched by the flame of light, allowing all the vortexes that were to open and to begin healing the planet. And from them, you are now finding swirling lights of colors, rainbow colors, luminescent colors, opaline colors, freely flowing from the solar system and the cosmos and the universe down into you, and from the earth flowing up and out, and those that are being required to reconnect at a higher level of frequency on the earth, opening up the portals and allowing you to reach a new frequency of light. They are now coming down and encoding and imprinting new codes of the light frequency. We are moving through the electromagnetical grids of the ancient ones, the ancient human angelic presence, releasing the old patterns of the aliens, the old patterns of the negative structures that are on the earth. And we are having no fear. We are trusting. We are trusting as these codes come down into us. We are linked into the Akashic records without fear. The colors flow into our body, bringing us to the fifth, sixth dimensional conscious awareness, the seventh dimensional conscious awareness. Your conscious mind and above your crown is opening further. The mind is outside the body and it is integrating with all souls. This is where we hold unity consciousness. This is where it is to be. It is rising through the 8th and 9th dimension, 10th and 11th dimension. It is now rising through the 12th and 13th dimension. It is pure light consciousness. It is pure freedom of mind, body, and spirit. Each being on their journey. The journey, we ask that you embody the presence now of the divine consciousness, taking it into your mind, to your brain, to your physical body. The beautiful jewels of light, the rubies, the emeralds, the sapphires, the tanzanites, the amethysts, the crystalline structures of all the beautiful jewels on the earth. The golden cords are opening. The silver cords are wrapping around now in the consciousness of pure love and pure wisdom. It is higher than compassion, my dear ones. It embodies all the masters of divine light who walk the earth. You are now the masters of light on the earth. Do not buy in to any masters that come in the next 5 or 10 years. We implore you. You are the masters. You have a knowing. Take that knowing down into you, all the way down to the base of your spine. And always ask yourself, is this true? Am I seeing? Am I hearing? Am I feeling? Am I smelling? Am I sensing? Am I perceiving? Am I touching? Am I touching pure light consciousness? For I am God consciousness, creator on the earth. I can manifest material on the earth plane. I can bend spoons with my touch. I can see through the dimensions because I have clarity of mind and body. My divine consciousness flows through the conscious signs of beyond time and space. The journey changes. I meet new people. I connect to new souls and old souls I've known. The journey does not end in one relationship. It multiplies itself in unity consciousness and love beyond the possibilities of our present imagination, but all in perfect alignment with the feminine and masculine rules of principles that honor, respect, trust, hold authenticity, integrity, of honesty, and sharing to understand, sharing to give freedom, blessings, and more light to our physical and spiritual bodies. You are moving deeper and deeper, deeper, and you are leaving the earth, and you are moving into source consciousness, into pure light consciousness vibration, to seal in and feel the shields of pure light, the cellular structure of all the different planes. This is your energy, guards, and body and embodiment in your own structure on the earth and in spirit. It is your entitlement. You can see others and understand, but we no longer take them into our physical body to transmute that energy. We have the energy flowing from our body now, from our mind, from that point of soul source connection. Directly as you think, you allow the other person the space and the freedom to shift. You just support with the seeds of light going out. These are sparkling lights from your soul, from your mind consciousness, from the trinity of your embodiment. Divine will, divine love, divine wisdom, embodied in a circle of golden light, magenta, purple, lavender. Breathing it in, taking it in. You may hear the music, if there is any, or the music of your own voice and sounds coming into your ears. as you begin to come back gently, come back into the space of your body. Feeling the space of your body, feeling the bright white light around you, and feeling completely balanced. Balanced green light now begins to flow through your body. More and more green light is flowing through your body. This brings the balance and harmony to your center point within your mind and within your head, down into your head, all the way down your spinal column and flowing out of your hands and arms, flowing out freely onto the earth. And with it comes the flame of light on your third eye and above your crown and in your heart, as your heart begins to open and balance itself to the new frequencies of pure light and freedom. This is a freedom we want you to carry that you may not have felt before. It's a freedom to understand that we no longer attach, we detach with light and love to the source of the essence of all things. And through it and through our feet runs down into the earth to bring healing light to the earth, to the waters, to the center of the earth, to the caverns that are in the earth, to the crystals that are in the earth, to the hidden chambers that are in the earth, to the children that have been hidden in the earth, freeing all beings deep, deeper in the fire of the earth, freeing the plants to bring in greater light from their embodiment on the earth, more colors on the earth from animals on the earth. We are bringing in the freedom of all beings on the earth. Our breath gets lighter and lighter. And as we open our eyes, wherever you see yourself, by a river or in your home, allow the eyes and the light from the eyes to adjust and see through a multidimensional cloud of light that is now adjusting the frequencies of your eyes as you begin to open them. And it is adjusting the memory patterns in your mind, the electrical magnetic circuitry of your mind, and at the back of your head. And it is adjusting the frequencies that are going and streaming down from into your body, the nervous system. And you can feel and sense the touch of angelic presence around you as you slowly come back in to the body and breathe into the body and feel the hands as the light flows from your hands out around you, and your energy frequencies of your conscious mind and your conscious awareness are aligning themselves, and you feel stronger, and you sense the strength in your body. And all sounds are just assisting your body to adjust. And you allow all sounds that are around you to be part of you. They no longer have to interfere with you. They no longer have to stress the body out going further. As we journey on this planet over the next months, you will see things, you will hear things that may make you feel sad. Do not feel sad. Send that light and feel freedom. Allow the light of love to flow from your heart and sense that everything is always in perfect divine harmony from that which you cannot see that is happening. Things that will happen and are going to happen over the next months and years are in divine accordance. And we are to maintain our love, our light, and our flame, and see our eyes with love and compassion, and understand and trust. We thank the angels because they are being asked to come around us and help us see and smell and sense and heal others on this journey. We thank them for being with the meditation. We thank the masters for their understanding and blessings. And many tears will be shed, but let them be of joy, and let them be of freedom, and let them be of cleansing. And let your mastery flow through your tears of sadness and of joy and of feeling the freedom of all that is passing. Breathe in and out. Feel the divine presence in your body. Feel it moving through your body and out of your body, and the angelic presence of all who are there. And so we say thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. And so it is. Namaste. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Open your eyes when you're ready and just feel the energy flowing. It is overpowering at times. And with this overpowering are the tears of joy and the ability to see the vulnerability of others. The vulnerability is that of strength, of the ability to handle taking information from others, the ability of being a manager or a leader and allowing others to share and give you information and put it together in the puzzle, and never being afraid to take, whether you're a manager of a bank or a manager of a company, vulnerability is absolutely the highest form that you can get of pure divine consciousness flowing through you and from you. So embrace it. Realize that it's joy that's flowing through us, the joy of unity and the joy of seeing this unity in others and looking at them and seeing around them the energy fields, which some of you are going to see stronger now. And if you see a tree and you see part of it moving, understand that's the earth plane moving. If you see one part of it moving, you're getting a new depth of understanding. And just ask, okay, what is that? So our gifts are going to multiply. And I'm so excited to see them. Who would like to share? Unmute yourself. And share.
Thank you very much, Taveta.
Share your name. I am.
I am Anubha, and Taveta, I'd like to thank you for this very beautiful journey that you took us on. And I think I'm very distracted today, and it was very difficult for me to settle and stay with what you were saying. Yet I find that from when I started the meditation till now, I am more grounded and settled. So thank you very much. As always, it's a pleasure to be led by you on whatever magical journeys you take us on.
Great. Oh, so nice to hear you're grounded. That and moving forward. Wow. Thank you.
It's very interesting. I'm Meenakshi, and very interesting what happens in these sessions. Because Anubha, listen to what I'm going to say also. I know you are, but still. Um, in the beginning, I had my eyes open and I was having people coming in and out a little bit. And so I was not in the way that we normally think is in a meditation, you know. And I said, you know, am I distracted today? Because somebody had also called on me for some help, which I was giving them. And I thought at that time of you, Anubha. Isn't that interesting? And I could hear you saying what you just said, that I'm distracted today. And I realized that what you make here, what you co-create here, Taveta, is really a field in which we meet and in which we can and so this meditation is really about connection, you know, and we connect at so many different layers and levels, and it is only the mind that can think that we're not connecting, but we are, and we're journeying with you. And just your voice and your words just build that frequency in which we can explore whatever you are bringing to us. So many wonderful new kinds of information that you bring. And as you were speaking, I felt as if, you know, there are so many ancient ways which are also coming up now, and so many new ways which are coming up, but I started to feel that they were all just melding into one another. It isn't really something is new and old. It's really everything just flowing into one another. That's how I felt. Thank you so much, Davita.
That's beautiful because that's what it is. Oh, that's so nice to hear because we our thought is so right there, isn't it? It 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 sees everything. It touches anything it wants to. But I think what's coming is our ability to connect and heal just by the thought. You know, Reiki we used to put hands on and we can send it. But that's why our thoughts are so important. And that energy field is so concrete. You can feel that, and it's our mind energy that's becoming more profoundly affecting each other. So thank you for that. Tatiana or Tree, would you like to share something? still there. That's okay. I think what we're doing is because we have the ability to, we don't want to invade somebody else's space. But one group of aliens that are in the cosmos, they have, right, telepathy. It's not just one group, but a number. And with telepathy comes responsibility, but also comes the unity, because we as humans are more affected by the energies that we give off. And so the earth plane with the electromagnetic energy fields that are here and that are shifting are trying to bring a balance where we can align to ourselves as individuals, staying in that channel where we ourselves become responsible instead of allowing all that energy to go out and be affecting everybody else around the planet. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but there are people who are energy vampires, right? And they feed off energy, and they feed off fear. And our energy wants to become that of pure light consciousness. And that doesn't mean we can't discuss things that are dark or that look or presume are negative, because understanding something means you need to look at it. And when you look at something, my thought is whatever I'm looking at, I send through here and here the God consciousness of pure light. But if I don't see it and understand it, I may not have to understand it deeply. But if I don't see it, I'm hiding from it. In other words, I want to put the veil across it and say it doesn't exist. And people say these things don't exist. They say you've had trauma when you're young and get over it, or it doesn't exist. But as human beings, we're here to look at those things and clear them. Because if you don't look at them and what created them from your angle, they'll be little stones that are still in the path as you're moving forward. And if you don't go back, and some people are having very difficult time with this, where somebody has lied or said very negative things about them, and talked in a way that was more putting down, and so they're having a hard time. The person who receives that may receive it from another individual, or may receive it by just the energy feeling. And so they want to clear that. But sometimes they get stuck in their mind that they try to tell the person, but that person can't say they're sorry or doesn't want to recognize their part in the play. So you do have to work through it. You send the unconditional love, and you have to completely let it go. Sometimes these things come back so that you can look at them again and bring them up and communicate them, because if somebody has shifted, that's great. But at some point in time, if somebody keeps not being trustworthy or not being honorable, it doesn't mean you can't share what's going on with, if there's two people, you cannot share what's going on with the third person. It means you look and try, because one person is involved with the third person, right? So it's really important that this person who's trying to clear that energy, that stuckness, has an ability to do that. And we are getting, our minds are expanding, so we can see what that third person is going through. We can read that other person's mind. And it's not wrong to try and create a right relationship by bringing in a third party through relationship consulting, counseling, doing something to shift and understand that energy over here. And by doing so with love, unconditional love, with understanding what's causing the issues, that person becomes free. That is no longer, you can say sorry, but that person becomes free to let go of the things that have been bothering them and get a greater understanding of their energy connections. And if you don't have the communication between someone, it can just sit there and grow darker because one person's trying to understand on their own. And one of the abilities that we all have is the ability of being empathic. The empaths we get hit right away. So not realizing that that's not my issue, it's somebody else's issue in my family is important. But we feel the energies, and if we go someplace like on the earth, are we, and it feels very negative, are we meant to clear that energy? Well, you can say, I'm here, so I will send light into the earth to clear the energy. Don't clear it through me, please. I've had enough of that. We don't want that. Right next to me is a channel of light. Go through that channel of light. Or here are crystals, and put the crystals on it. Or we may suddenly get the thought, because the crystals are coming up now, and I've cleared some land for people who are, my friend who's trying to sell some homes. And this one house is very stuck. And the person who was living it has moved. She's finally let go. And as I might have mentioned before, there's energy around it. So, and somebody else gave me some land as well to clear. And so you are being called to maybe to do lots of different things on this journey, whether it's help a person understand another being, whether it's help to clear some land. And the crystals and the jewels, the emeralds, the rubies, the sapphires, the tanzanites, the amethyst, the rose quartz, the quartz are being called, if they come into your mind, or flowers and fragrances of flowers are being called to bring them down, and these carry the very highest. Thank you for that, flowers. To come down and be put off into the land, because the land has to be free to make this shift gently. Otherwise, it will make it more catastrophically, right? And the Earth's energy fields are moving. The electromagnetic frequencies are moving. So they and the moon are affecting our bodies as well. So it's important we share information with others, we ask questions, and we can look at something and see why somebody may be stuck. And in doing that process with love, we then at the very end just see that person in the magenta, a magenta, purple, or golden oval. And that allows them not to think that I'm taking one for the team, right? Does everybody understand that? Some people have been taking the vaccine. I'm taking it for the team. This makes no sense. This is not logical. This is not what we want. We are individual beings with a physical body and a mind and a spirit, and we are down here to embody the fullness of our Christ Buddhic pure essence of love and freedom. And in that, our energy field expands. Our mind is here. That's why your mind isn't in here. That's why if you have a thought, it's going to manifest like that. And so if you're not careful, so admit it, you have a thought, and it's not always something you want to be thinking, because we carry these patterns. So the pattern may come in and you go, oh, I don't want that pattern. And what I do is, they've given me this sun, like a sun, a real sun, a central sun of beautiful yellow, golden light, white, with rays coming out. And I immediately, if I have something that I like, I'm not doing that anymore. You know, your mind keeps creating the patterns. So I see that over the person, because they are beautiful. They are on their journey. Their journey is to bring me more insights. And it doesn't matter whether I'm learning about energy and how to work energy, or how to deal colors or sounds or sights. I'm learning to work with energy. And then there's energy principles that we have to adhere to. So you reap whatever you think, and there's no time limit. So the fact that I saw a woman with a cast on, her foot was in I guess it was a cast, the day before I went to Crystal River, okay? And I was thinking, oh, she's fallen. I wonder what she I wonder what she did or was thinking, because when we have something happen to us, what is your thought? The minute you do something, you think, what was I just thinking? And as soon as I thought that, I thought, no, she's on her journey. I detached, but I didn't detach enough. I realized that if I'm being called to be pure light, pure love, that frequency has to resonate through me. And as it does, I see everyone as a beautiful channel of light, like I used to. I didn't have to think about it when I lived in Singapore. It was automatic. I carried unconditional love and I didn't think about it. But I'm in the States and I'm going through my things. So when I was in the Crystal River and I slid off the front of the boat and I landed on a crinkly rock like this with my foot and got it black, and the top of it still swollen, because also I have to use my own consciousness, and I need to realize, do I need to have acupuncture on my foot? Is this the best thing? So I'm not only I have to think about doing the healing with Reiki. I'd like to say, oh, it's gone. And I know that we can heal like that because I've done it before. But obviously my lesson wasn't learned for this. So another lesson is learning on the material plane, what to do physically and what not to do. And maybe putting acupuncture in your foot when it's swollen might or might not be the best idea. So there might be something else. I haven't figured out what it is. Maybe it's just time and patience keeping it up. But as our mind is expanding and we are coming into thoughts being read by other people and seen by other people, we are asking ourselves to stand in our channel of light. And that channel of light is a shield of light. And it protects us in the sense that we are aligning with the divinity. So hopefully things aren't going to come energetically to pull us off course. But if they do, then the first thing you think is, what are you thinking? Because in telepathy, you can look at a person and you're going to be able to read a little bit of what they're thinking. And we don't want to go into somebody's mind, but we can ask what can help them. If we're working in a trinity relationship of trying to heal somebody, what is needed for that person's highest good? And then we can send it and let it go. And we are unity consciousness at the highest level. We don't have to go and physically think. We have to look after our own bodies. We cannot allow our DNA to be mixed with animal DNA or other things like this. We need to allow our bodies to begin to do the divine healing that it's called for, that we all have the gift of doing. Either just closing our eyes and seeing the magenta healing ray going to somebody, or our hands just going and out in light to heal them, or a breath or a thought to heal someone, and not necessarily have to. We are unity consciousness. You can't get away from it. So we have to accept everybody as an individual. And that's why Buddha said, detach, discipline, discernment. And we're being called to embody the fullness of who we are and the flame of our light within ourselves, and with honoring the light rays that are being sent to us from others. And if things are not being sent that are as loving, we just send that central sun to them. And we feel the magenta ball of light and go into that pure, divine, unconditional love of source, and see others surrounded by their own crystalline light to get the messages that they're on their journey, and we give that with respect. Is this making sense? Does anybody have comments? Comments or additions?
I think Tatiana was ready to share. I'm not sure.
Hello, how do you know I was ready to share? You feel it already. So, you share so much, but when you just start sharing, that really resonates with me because I'm going through something very similar. And it's been for a while, that energy between a person, in this case, it's my sister and I, that she talked for many, many years things about me that negative. And I feel like this last few months I've been trying to disengage from that because her and I haven't been able to should sit and talk about it and come to a resolution. But like you say, the energy is already created. So I'm trying, it's a little challenging for me to detach because I feel the energy, that negative dark energy is already created. So by you saying, you in this case, you bring someone, a third person, to kind of mediate. But what do you do when that other person, in this case, my sister, she's not really willing at this moment, I think, to bring that third person to mediate? So I'm in that process of disengaging, but I feel the energy that was already created, that she accused me from. I did so many things to her. And this start, like, from my side, I can see this start 10 years ago when my dog passed away. And he passed away when he was with me here in the United States. I brought him from Ecuador. And and uh, and for me it was hard, but it was a beautiful gift to see him leaving this planet. But for my sister, in her mind, she created a dark energy like he died in your hands because you in past lives these all these evil things, and you are all this darkness, and you are all these bad things. So for many years that really was heavy on my energy, and I at some level I even believe it. So I was like, oh, let me see, discover how ugly and dark that I am, or what I did in this past life. But the last years it's been more like that's just her point of view. But for me it was a bliss to have that experience. But now that I tried completely to disengage, it's like the energy is already created, it's there.
Right.
Can I
Well,
say something? Yeah.
go ahead.
I wanted to say something about that, Tatiana, because as you were talking, I was getting a feeling that it's completely fine to accept what the other person says for one reason, because it helps your own energy to settle. Because if everyone speaks their truth, nobody actually speaks their lie. Because even if the words coming out of their mouths are untrue, their whole self is saying some truth. So if we resist it, then energetically we are actually depleting ourselves. So what you did was good in the first step, that okay, let me see if what she says is
Mhm.
right. The only reason why that can create a problem is if we go from from the sense of weakness and not
Mm-hmm.
strength. And that strength comes from what Tavita was talking about, that unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
And unconditional love isn't loving someone. Unconditional love literally means just that space at which you feel there is no I, there's no you. There's just, like you're saying, an energy. Some thought has come. This energy has now come in the form of some words and thoughts. I'm examining it, and in my examining, it will dissolve because I'm now seeing it with love. I'm not seeing it for understanding or for thinking or for wondering, because the mind can create 10,000 thoughts about anything.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to understand it. I'm just looking at it in love.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately it dissolves.
Mm.
It's not easy, but it's for people like you who've been working on so many wonderful levels. It is a
Yeah, and when
moment
you say,
of
that
doing it.
unconditional love is not for one person or for myself or for this, I feel that because um for the last couple of years I've been unconditional love. So my sister, because of what she says, she has been, I just realized she's been manipulating me and asking me like, help me with this, give me money and this and that, help me because she needed. So like I love her. I want her because she's not in a good situation. I want to help her. I want to support her. And by doing that, I'm depleting myself, and I'm not helping her really, because I'm not able to disengage from that. And then was like, but I'm hurting myself. So that's not a conditional love to give her what I hardly can do it. So it's just having unconditional love and let her choose, because that's her true, like I know that's true for her, it's true. It doesn't resonate with me, but that doesn't mean that that's not her true. So I kind of feel like I'm shifting where you say now, to have that unconditional love, but not for her or for me, but just feel that.
Um, I,
Yeah, just
I'd
feel
like to
that.
say a couple things. First, you don't have to bring the third person in together.
Mm-hmm.
What you have to do, what you want to do, is to have somebody to talk to about what's going on. So you don't bring them in. You find a friend or somebody and you talk through it who has sight, and they help you understand why your sister did this. Your sister did this. He died in your hands, actually, because you have a love, a deep love, and because um, because he loved you so much. I can't begin to tell you how he felt about you. And that's why he died in your hands. if that's what happened. The love
Mm.
is because of your essence, your pure essence. And remember, there are jealousies between sisters. And the jealousy is green. Why is it green? I don't know why jealousy is green. Because it's supposed to be balance and harmony. It's not supposed to be there. But the minute you were saying that, it was that he wanted to. That's where he wanted to
Yeah.
be. Absolutely. It wasn't anything else.
Yeah, and yeah, the last few weeks, I dream, and that's exactly what in the dream, his message, I
Yes,
love you. That was my gift to
to
you. It was
you. Yes.
to me, and at that point, I didn't know what that. I didn't connect the way I connect with that right now. Like it would happen now, it would be like a party, a celebration. But
Yeah.
there was that hard part of me that detached from him 10 years ago. But now it's like I'm reliving that and say, wow, what a
Yes,
beautiful
he
gift.
was I mean, he chose that, and he chose that. It was, I cannot begin to feel over the next few days, brings tears to me how much he died with you. It had your sister, forget it. He died with you because he wanted you, because he was there for you, because of a whole bunch of things you know. And I don't have to tell you, you know these.
Yes.
And that's right. And so this is really, really important for you to understand and to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's so beautiful. Thank you so much. And you see, this is the gift I'm saying, that we can look at somebody else, and when you're talking with somebody who's got sight, they can help you understand the parties involved. And sometimes people do things because they're not clear in their mind, or they are carrying some jealousy, and jealousy that you know doesn't have to be there, but it's there. And
Mhm.
it's their lesson, and it's our lesson to stand in and still just love,
Yeah.
but still go on with who we are, and share that. So thank you for that. That's
You
how
know,
we're to share.
Thank you.
Meenakshi, I can't hear you.
I wanted to share about what Tavita mentioned about the golden light, because I remember that when I had first joined her group, there was some pain in my life which would hide from people. And so when you hide pain, it is darkness. Anything that you hide is darkness. And so some people in her group saw the darkness and saw me as dark, you know. And so they told her, oh, this person you brought into the group, she's very dark. And so when Tavita told me, I started smiling. I said, yes, that's right, because I'm hiding many things. Because many times we hide the people who have hurt us because we don't want to hurt them by talking about them. So we very often the person who has been, let's say, hurt is, I don't like to use the V word because I never feel we are victimized, but the person who's hurt actually protects the hurter, the person who hurt them, because the soul knows that anyone who hurts someone is weaker. You can only wish to hurt someone if you are weak. You cannot hurt someone if you are strong. So I always knew I'm strong, and so I was hiding that. And so Tavita told me, well, when you're hiding, then it's dark. So why don't you just fill yourself with the sun rays, the sun, golden light, because then also you will be hiding, but now you'll be hiding in the light. Because who can look at the sun? And it really changed the energy in the group, because suddenly then those people started speaking to me, and they were highly evolved. Everyone in that group was highly evolved, but it's just that some of us have certain thought processes in our mind and we think dark is bad, you see? So when we have these thoughts of good and bad, then we get confused. And then we started talking, and we could laugh about this. And this was the beauty actually in your group, Tavita, which I know you know, but I'm just saying it,
Thank
that if everyone is allowed to speak whatever they speak without, in a space of no judgment, that is the meaning of a space of unconditional love.
you. And also when we're talking about somebody of what they're doing, in talking about it through wanting to understand means gain insight, means grow in our knowledge about people. And in gaining greater insight where someone's coming from, it's not negative. I mean, you don't have to take it as negative. They may be coming from jealousy, yes, but then you can understand, I wonder what caused the jealousy, or how in the future we can interact with them not to cause that. Or mostly it's going back into our own alignment to our higher selves. When we honor ourselves, we can honor others. So many people are out there trying to, I mean, we want to support and help others. But my daughter used to hate the word help. I said, "Oh, I'll help you." You know, you can't say help to my daughter because she's going to do it herself, right? I mean, she doesn't need help. Okay, we we all want assistance. We all want some assistance and support. But if we're doing it for everybody else, we're not allowing them to grow. And if we don't understand the other people and we don't see where they're coming from, that, oh, I see it's jealousy, and recognize what it is, and then send them love, and then move back into our center of unconditional love for ourselves, then we can allow them to have it. And with this, the material, everything that happens spiritually happens materially. Like when the internet came, it was just showing the interconnection of people. So the vaccine that's been put out, what is that showing us? That's telling us that people think, oh, I have to get the vaccine for someone else, or let's take a hit for the team. Well, that's not teamwork. That's not team spirit. When teams come together, each person has to come within their full integrity of their light body. They're doing the very best that they can, and not being not being jealous, allowing everybody to open up and share their information. And a team is stronger when each individual is recognized as a divine light being and that they can participate. But if we don't, if we think, oh, well, we've got to do this for somebody else, we're not honoring their journey. And it's very important to honor individuals' journey and realize that the highest consciousness is our mind, our thought, and what we do on a different plane. Does that make sense?
Can I share something that I feel
Yeah,
about that? I feel that nowadays, two or three, the real thing that's happening in the world is not about whether we are taking the vaccine or not. The
right.
real thing is
Just an
whether are
example.
we listening to our own selves or not.
That's it.
And if if a person decides to take a vaccine for others, this is my feeling, Tavita, uh, that that is what is bringing them closer to the space of unconditional love.
Right,
If they do it with love and not fear, I feel
right.
it's whatever we choose to do is okay if we do it with a space of love and not fear. Because
Right.
in the end, knowledge and information can be any way. No one, only you yourself. It's like me. I decide in the beginning. I'm willing to do anything. I think this and I think that, and I consider it. It's like how Tatiana, you considered. Can this something be right in what she's saying? So I consider. I listen to everything, and so I feel the real problem of today's world is not whether we are doing one thing or another, but are we opening to listen to everything, not so that we get swayed, but so that we know what our heart is asking us to do. Because I really feel that some people have been in the big picture. Some people need to take it, and some
Right.
people need not to take it.
Yes.
This is what I feel.
Yes.
Otherwise, it would not have happened. Nothing
Well,
can happen in this world which has not come from God,
yes, but let's look
from the
why
Creator Spirit.
why people need to do this.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Why do let's and this is really important because a
And
lot of
sorry also that this discussion and having different points of view is so
is
important to
important.
share.
Yeah. Now the thing is that is 100% true because whatever anybody's done is part of the divine journey and the plan that we as a unity are on. We are being called not to carry fear. When somebody suddenly this non-virus, it's not a virus, if this comes to us and we join a bandwagon initially because it gives us, oh my God, I don't want to get this. So I'm going to do what the authority has now said for me to do. And I'm carrying a little bit of fear. And there's also the propaganda. I mean, look, there is so much going out there, and we've lived under authority. That's why freedom is the word. I know freedom is coming down here because freedom is the word. There has been a lot of authoritarian guidance that is not guiding humanity in the highest form of divine light and love. If it were, they would be taking the money from all the armies in the world and creating a garden on earth. They would be feeding everybody. They would be having different programs for everyone. We would not be sitting with the authoritarian structures that we have, where the governments of so many countries are filling their pockets and feeding their egos. And they may have good intent, but when you have somebody who has a salary of XYZ and suddenly now they have millions in their pockets, we have to wake up to the fact that there is dark and light, there is duality, and there is our journey, which it's not in my hands. So everybody does what they need to do. And we have to trust that when they make a decision, it is where they are at the time making the decision. We also have to recognize that we don't do things from fear. We are given this body. This body can heal itself. This body can live a lot longer than it's living now. When I was in at Deepak Chopra's workshop, and I just know that we can live a very long life and the body can go on. Not that we're also very crowded, so maybe we're not supposed to. But as I may have said this before, I know that. And there are people on the planet who have lived for very, very many, very long years. I know some of the keys, and we are being given a lot of the keys now about the DNA, and we will never understand the DNA right now until we can see a little bit more multidimensionally what is actually happening to it, to move back into the 12 strands. But I was at the workshop and I was telling somebody, he came up and it was during a meditation. I don't know how we got on the subject, but I said, you can live a very long life and a number of other things and live much longer. And then it wasn't till the end of the workshop and he came up and he said, Deepak Chopra said you can live a very long life and you can do this and this and this. And it took somebody else telling him this, which was great, because when somebody says something and then somebody else confirms that, you don't necessarily have to take in what's around you. You don't have to get sick. Our bodies can recover. And it's finding out how the body can recover and getting in that mindset and in that healing space of Christ, of Buddha. And we have all this available. And therefore, I think the people who took the vaccine, I think it was important that they follow their journey. There's nothing wrong with that. But as we grow to know more about our bodies and our minds and our journey as consciousness in a physical body and out of a physical body when we pass, that our consciousness still exists on the other planes. And our life is not over just from one lifespan. And that it's journeyed in unison with a lot of people. And that we open our minds up to be accepting and understanding. So this takes us to the other layer. When we accept the vaccine, why are we doing it? So each individual has to look at, are they doing it out of fear? Are they doing it because the authorities told them? Are they doing it because they think they're helping other people? And why is this vaccine called a vaccine? Why are they calling this a vaccine? And what are we going to learn through this process over the next 5 years about our bodies and about vaccines and about experimentation and about artificial, I worked in artificial intelligence when I was in computers. And what can we integrate with the artificial intelligence coming along and did I say before that they are now creating material so thin that the fibers that are in the material are floating like this, and the fibers link together like they find each other and they actually connect to each other. This is living material. This, you think, but they actually can connect to each other. And they form something so thin now that it can be used on the chips, the microchips, and they can put it on plastic instead of using the metal. And these microchips that link together, now you can wear a vest, and on that vest, if somebody shot a bullet at you, it won't go into you. This is fabulous. We are reaching a new scientific era where we are going to embody and warfare and everything else on different levels. And so we as human beings, wanting to maintain human beings as human beings, have to become aware of what's going on. It's not dark. It's just another way of somebody helping us to reclaim our abilities that we carry. And with with this, if you look at who's going to tell you what to do with your body and how to do it, and how and why are the light workers down here raising the conscious vibration so that we move out of a certain type of authoritarianism into a unity group of building societies for people. So like my son's Auravana.com is building communities where we come together and each person gives, learns and shares with each other. And it's not one person with ego or more money or more this or that dictating what we are to do or what we put in our bodies. And the blood, by the way, is sacred. The blood we are working with now on the planet, we are trying to raise the frequency so we can have all of the Marvel TV shows, comics, abilities to take something in your hand and see it manifest, to see healing manifest in your hand, to bring back the higher strands of DNA that were removed from us, and to understand that cloning and artificial intelligence and chips and nanobots all have places. But how are we as humans, with our divine presence, going to work with these things? And are we going to let others rule and destroy us? Or are we going to stand up and claim our light to be sovereign individuals, sharing with each other information, letting go of party systems, letting go of this is supposedly that, or somebody else being controlled by somebody else, or giving in to an authority because we've always done this. I mean, well, this is what we've always done. Looking behind the veil, if you look behind the veil, you can travel through the astral plane. And you get lots of people now doing this and learning a lot of information. The veil of the intellect versus listening to the intuition, the gut, the intuition that's guiding us, that little voice, allowing that little voice, which is our higher selves, to come and say, is this what we want to do? We're being asked to stop and think. Stop, look, love, and listen. Stop, look, love, and listen. Why not? We listen before we cross the road, right? But we're asking to be stop, look, love, and listen. And then you can listen to the other person with unconditional love. When you've stopped, you've looked at them, you've seen what's going on. Look what's going on around you. Ask questions, see what's going on around you. Listen. And we come from love. We come from love. So everything is in perfect harmony, but we're asked to step up and listen, and step up and be the beings of light we are. No matter, and it's good intent, it doesn't matter, it's good intent. And other beings are helping us with this good intent. So if everybody's still here, we've way overstepped the boundary of where we're supposed to be, but are we ready to clear? Meenakshi, would you like to do the lotus?
Why don't you close, as I like the way you close it,
Oh,
Taveta.
okay. We'll close with the ah, hues, and ohms. And this is going to take us into a higher resonance where we see the rose of love over the heart, the beautiful white chrysanthemum over the third eye, or any flower that you wish to bring. And above our crown, a white lotus. And below our feet, golden lilies. So relax and just open your hands or put them over your heart or whatever. And we'll begin to say the ahs, hues, and ohms. Ah, hue. We thank all the angels, masters, and guides, and all present and who might hear us. We live in light. We breathe the light of the source creator. We are the creators on earth. We let go our veils. We let go the intellect. We work with the highest mind consciousness, and we honor everyone's journey on the planet. And know that everything is in perfect order of divine light. So be it, and it is. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Taveta, and everyone for being here.
Have a great week.
You also.
Bye.
Thank you.